Jonny, many congratulations through to the quarterfinals. How much did that one mean to you?
It meant everything, to be honest. I've not been that nervous for a very long time, but I didn't know much about Andreas. I was in playing wise, but every time I seemed to lift my head, he was hitting doubles. So I was thinking to myself to keep my head down and hope he misses. But no, what a player, what a nice guy, what a player. So today is I've stopped shaking at this point of time. So yeah, got a smile on my face.
So many important moments in the game. Was that penultimate set the turning point for you?
Yeah, I think that fifth set, I think, where Andreas was 2-0 up and all of a sudden he's missing. I'm thinking, he's giving me chances. And in darts, that's the luck you need. I took my chances and I think that won me the match.
And that win lifts you provisionally into the world's top 4, a great place to be.
Yeah, it's a great place to be, I got two young kittens behind me, in Van Veen and Josh Rock, so this whole cart is still there, so yeah, who knows.
Up next for you now, Ryan Searle on New Year's Day. Promises to be a quality game the way you're both playing.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, I don't think that was my best performance, but like I say, I was nervous as hell. There's so many things going through my mind, and I'm great to be sat here tonight, obviously, speaking to you guys. So yeah, I think with Ryan, we both play the same kind of game. We get up, we get on, and it's like total respect towards each other. I know what Ryan's about. I've got to play my best game because he is playing very well. So yeah, hopefully it's going to be a belter.
Thanks, Jonny. Well played.
Thanks, pal.
Jonny, congratulations. You spoke there about being nervous and what's going through your mind. Have you perhaps overthought this game because of everything that potentially goes with it?
Yeah, of course I have. It's so would anybody else. It's a W is 100k in the bank to start off, and world number 4 could be, good things to come in next year with invitations. So yeah, obviously there's things in my mind, but I've done my job for today, and I'm glad of that.
We know, obviously, when you say things to come, we know you're talking about the Premier League. Why does the Premier League mean so much to you? I remember in the other interviews you said the Premier League means more to you than playing here. What's so special about that tournament for you?
Oh, I love it. It's the best tournament. You're playing against the elite, week in, week out. You get to the finals night, and you've obviously done a very good job through those 16 weeks. So, yeah, it means everything to me.
When Andreas was throwing everything at you, did you see all those dreams going up in smoke in front of your eyes? Because at that point you were having a little wobble as well. As he was hitting everything, was that like a what's going on here moment?
Yeah, it was, to be honest. It's I thought my aim was to go up in the first set because I'd lost the ball, and my aim was to go right, get up there, win the first set, put him straight under pressure. So I won the first set, and then he won the second. So the pressure's gone. So. It's been an eye-opener up there tonight. I've never felt that nervous for a long, long time. And like I say, every time I saw Andreas, every time I lifted my head, he was hitting doubles. And what a player, what a gentleman. I'm a proud man sat here tonight. Thanks, pal.
Well done, Jonny. You talk about those nerves. It's a big game on New Year's Day in the quarterfinals. Do you think those nerves are still going to be there?
They obviously will, because you're getting to the semi-finals if you win. But, it's a different kind of nerves. I know how Ryan plays. We've played against each other so many times. It's, there's no tactics from either of us. We go up, we play darts, and one of us has to win. One of us will lose, but hopefully it's not me.
And Andreas on a 9-darter there, 180, 171, and went the 3 bullseyes. Have you been in a position standing behind someone going for 3 bulls for a 9?
Well, to be honest, it's me that usually confuses everybody, not Andreas. But when he went up, and I thought, wow, if that had gone in, it'd have been the best shot ever on TV. But it was unlucky for Andreas. He hit the 25 first, so that's the way it goes.
Another rare moment in that last set as well. You had bull left for a 1-2-1, and you went for the 18, Jonny. That's new.
Yeah, I did have a sneaky look to see what he had left, so I thought, just go 18. Usually the first thing that comes into my head, I go for, so that's why I mess up so many times. But yeah, I went for the 18. I played safe for once. Thanks, pal.
Hello, Jonny. Well done on the win. Ryan Searle's made it all the way to the quarter-final without dropping a set. Is that a good thing for him, do you reckon, or is it not so great that he's not been tested, whereas you have just come through a battle there with Andreas Harrysson?
Well, dance is dance, isn't it? You know, you have to win the final set. You know, and at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. The pretty way is doing it without dropping a set. You know, I'd rather be there and have a battle. I'm kidding. But, no, obviously, he's done his job very well. So I'm up there against him next, and hopefully I can take a few sets of him. All of them.
You talked about the nerves on the stage, and part of that obviously is because you care quite a lot about everything that's happening. When we spoke to Ryan Searle, he was quite open, saying that there's only 2 people on tour who care less than him. What do you think that will do for his mindset on the stage? Do you think he'll have any nerves playing against you?
No, probably not. You know, Ryan he's one of these. Like I say, I will always brag Ryan up because he's a great dart player. You know, gets up there, gets on with it. He's one of these. If he wins, he's through to the next. If he loses, he forgets about it and tries again. And that's what I try to do. You know, if you lose, you try and forget about it. It hurts sometimes, but then you try again. And, you know, I think we're very similar in players.
A few years ago, we spoke to Gary Anderson, and he was always like, it seemed that retirement was getting closer. And then a few days ago, he said he might play until he's 60 years old. And I know you said in the past that you were thinking of hanging up the darts, and then you've done a U-turn on that. How long do you think we've got to see the ferret on that stage, especially with more prize money in the game?
Well, I don't know. It depends how good I am. I know I always kid about, you know, retirement, but who knows? It all depends how we as players feel. You know, if I lose the love of the game, I enjoy playing on that stage, you know, and everything else that comes with it, I hate travelling. Probably so does everybody else, but, you know, I enjoy the buzz on the stage. So as long as I've got that, I'll be here for a while, hopefully.
And there's no signs of that waning at the moment?
No, not yet. Unless I'm in the million.
Thank you, Johnny. Well done today.
Congratulations, Johnny. All of the sets that you won were in deciders. How pleasing is it to be able to come through on the right side of that? And was it important to use your experience against Andreas?
Yeah, I think experience showed a little bit. I think that, you know, I could relax a little bit more than him, maybe. But, you know, he's a great player. I'm not going to run Andreas down because he was fantastic. You know, what a gentleman. It's great for the game, you know. Tries hard. Luckily enough tonight, I got through.
And there's a lot of mutual respect on the stage with the two of you, you know, fist bumping, shaking hands.
Yeah.
Do you know Andreas personally as a person, or was it just the flow of the game?
No, I don't, to be honest. I met him the other night after we both won. You know, and that's the first time I met Andreas, you know, and, you know, he's a generally nice guy, and I thought, yeah, he's the kind of bloke that I'd get on with, and he just showed up there on stage. He plays, you know, hand on heart. He respects everybody, he loves it, and that's my kind of person, you know.
And second quarter final here, what lessons do you learn from the first one, and what do you need to go further this time?
But I need to win. I need the W at the end of the match. So yeah, it's up there. I got to do my job. I need to play a little bit better than today, but it'll be different. It'll be a different game because it'll be different nerves. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Paul.
I saw you out there say to Andreas, "I'll see you after you've won a tour card," and you said he was a great player to him. Do you think he'll go on and get one and do really well next season?
Yes, I do. I think he's shown what he's about. I think he's a great dart player. I think he can go to Q school and he can get his card. And, you know, I think he's going to upset, if he does, he's going to upset a lot of players next year because he is very, very good.
Yeah, and a good sort of showman as well, because he does quite a lot of that. Like when going for the 3 balls, he does this kind of thing in the modus and he gets a lot of people entertained.
You know, it's maybe it's a different shot that I'd have gone for, but I'm the one that usually confuses people. So, but no, that would have been the best shot on TV. You know what I mean? But I think ability-wise, he's going to be around for a long time.
Thank you.
Thanks,
congratulations.
Mate.
Congratulations, Johnny. A question about Andreas, actually. He's spoken about how much he looks up to you. You talked a bit about him and what he's like as a person, but what is he like as a player and to play against?
Well, I just said as a person, he's fantastic, but I don't think I need to speak much about his playing ability because he's shown that on the world stage. And for you to be able to do that, knock out big names, and, you know, I think he's fantastic. I think we're going to see a lot more of him, and total respect to him. He deserves it.
Sorry, just one last one.
No.
Andreas said how much of an influence you've been. He's watched you in the sofa in front of a telly. What did you tell him on the stage after you won the game?
A bit of luck, to be honest. You know, like we say, that fifth set, he let me in. And in sport, you need that bit of luck. And I got that there. You know, I took my shot. I got my chance. You know, I bet you Andreas will go back and look at it and go, I should have hit that. Probably I look back at that game and think he should have hit that. But that's the game of darts. You know, he gave me a chance, and I took it, and that was my luck today.
Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you, pal. Thank you.